Hello! Welcome to another fantastic episode of Cooking with Heather. Today we will be making Independence Day pizza. And I did get a recipe. So we're going to start with 1 cup of warm water. I'm going to go and warm up this water nicely. There's warm. We got 1 cup exactly. There we go. 1 teaspoon of instant yeast. We're just going to get the teaspoon right off the bat. Going to get our yeast packet. It's a teaspoon. Where's our teaspoon? There's our teaspoon. And we're going to do this over the sink in case we make a mess. There we go. Okay, we're going to work very fast here. And then the sugar, we're going to get 1 teaspoon, and we need the teaspoon again. So we're going to rinse it out to avoid cross-contamination. Going to dry it out really quick. We're going to get some sugar. There's some nice sugar. All right. And then we're going to combine that in a bowl. Do you know what combine means, everybody? We're going to combine it. We're going to combine it. And then I'm going to let it stand. I'm going to let it stand for about 5 minutes, and I've got the meats for the pizza already pre-cooked enough so that the oven won't take over, just so they're not completely raw when I put them on the pizza. And so what we're going to do while that readies is we're going to chop up some of these veggies. Okay, and we're going to move some of this out of the way so we can chop up some of these veggies. Okay, we've got a nice cucumber here. And yes, don't you just love cucumbers on pizza? I do. We might not need the whole thing depending on how big the pizza actually is. And so we're literally gonna just going to find a bowl for these so they don't get in the way. Throw this little pit away. We're probably going to just use about half of this, and if we need more, we can always make more. There we go. I'll just set these aside till later. I'll just chop some of these guys up so they're not in the way later. And where's our little cucumber keeper? Our little cucumber package. We'll just put this away. To wrap it up sanitarily. Put it back in the fridge because we don't need it. And to protect it even more, and a cucumber landed on the floor, so we're going to throw it away. We're not going to be like Alejandro from MasterChef and try to boil off the dirty stuff. And yes, I saw that. I think everybody saw that. That's something you don't do. If something lands on the floor, you throw it away. Anyway, I'm going to rinse off cutting board because we don't want yuckies. And we rinse off knife. We clean the knife. Now we're going to move on. We're going to put some of the stuff away that we got, because we really don't want to keep up a crowded. We want to get some peppers prepared. I want to put all the yeast packets away because yeast is expensive. Yeast is very expensive, you know that? Like with the cost of food. I wondered if I'd ever be able to make one of these again, but thankfully I can. Thankfully these, I washed my hands just now. Thankfully, I can make more of these and entertain y'all. And find joy in doing it because I find joy in entertaining the masses. Get rid of the seeds, because seeds don't belong in a pizza. Starting to foam up real nice, so we'll have a nice ready to go dough in a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside for a minute because, oh, it's starting to foam up real nicely. And it's foaming. Okay, the flour and salt. Okay, we need to wash our hands because we've been working with vegetables. Okay. Okay, so, okay, it's foamed. It's foaming on top. Okay, now we need the dough and we need the flour and salt. So how much flour does it say? We need 2 cups of flour. We need this to be very dry. Two cups of flour and a teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of salt. Okay, now we're gonna play with the dough. And it's important to work the dough with your hands. I'll move so you can actually see me working with the dough. You gotta work with it. You gotta use your hands with it. You can totally see the process. You gotta be sure to get all the loose flour, all the loose everything. So that everything can be, all the loose flour, everything. Let me clean my hands off as soon as I just loop this around. Get this disgusting stuff off. The extra, because it's so hard to mold my fingers. And then We just need to put a little oil on our olive oil on our hands. Makes it easier to just roll it around in. Makes it less sticky on our hands. Makes it less of a nuisance. I know I sound crazy, right? But see, it's so much easier to toss around in our hands now that we put the olive oil on. Definitely easier. Less of a nuisance. Okay. Now we're going to roll it into a ball. And we're going to oil the bowl. We're going to oil a clean bowl. Put that down. A spoon will get the oil around just fine, and it'll keep the dough from sticking. We're washing our hands again because we've got work to do after. Dough's in. Okay. Dough is ready. Right, okay, now we're going to put some plastic wrap over this. Okay, what we're gonna do now is finish prepping ingredients. Because you'll need to learn how to cut peppers. Rip the seeds out so you don't have to deal with them because seeds are bad and spicy. See, it just kind of... And you know, these peppers were on sale, so I was able to get them for a decent price because normally I don't eat peppers because they're very expensive. But these are beautiful, healthy, natural peppers. But you know, a lot of you can't afford fresh food, and that's okay. You can get canned things, and sometimes you have to go without peppers, and we can put them in with the yellow peppers because they're all peppers and it doesn't really matter. Because you see right here, I've got bowls for all of my ingredients. Some of them canned, some of them fresh, it doesn't really matter. They're all going to go and make a nice pizza. A nice Independence Day pizza. Because fans have been screaming at me to make a nice cooking video. And I thought, what better day than Independence Day in your life? And they're probably going to be like, oh, you're Canadian. You don't celebrate Independence Day. Well, let me tell you something. I am a dual citizen of Canada and the United States, and I've been that way since 2007. Because my dear mother was born in Spokane, Washington on August 14th, 1952. And I got my dual citizenship in 2007 because she was willing to help me get it. And so I honor both holidays. I acknowledge both holidays. And I decided to do something special this year for Independence Day, given that the last few years of Independence Days have been absolute crap. I am making a cooking video on Independence Day 2022. And I'm christening it Independence Day Pizza. And what exactly are you going to do about it? Anyway, we're going to put a yellow pepper, an orange pepper, and a red pepper on this lovely Independence Day pizza. I don't care much for green peppers because they don't really have a lot of flavor in them. Whereas red peppers and orange peppers and yellow peppers do. And that's the truth. So you always chop the top of the pepper first. And of course, there goes the seeds. Because the top of the pepper, you can get the most seeds out. And of course, a few leftover seeds are hanging out. So we'll just get that out with our hands. And for those who wonder, no, I've never had a July 4th in the States. I'd like one. I've had an American Thanksgiving in the States, thanks to friends. But I've never had a July 4th in the States. Hopefully someday. On the one July 4th that my family went to the States, I was too busy serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints at the local bishop's storehouse, and I was busy helping people who didn't have things to eat get things to eat. I was distributing food to the poor, and I couldn't take off just for July 4th because there were so many who needed food to eat, and I needed to be there to help them. Anyway. See how easy it is to chop a pepper? You just go in the ridges of the pepper because it helps you. And you just let the knife do the work. Honestly, I wouldn't have learned all this stuff if it weren't for just watching Gordon Ramsay and Hell's Kitchen. He's like such an inspiration. And I used to playfully tease him all the time when I used to make these videos, but you know, he really is an inspiration in the way he cooks. Just watching him guide others on Hell's Kitchen really taught me and really inspired me how to make these cooking videos. And thanks to him, I've just gotten better at doing this. And watching MasterChef, him on MasterChef and all the other awesome chefs on MasterChef like Joe Bastianich, Graham, Aaron. Oh, guys are amazing. I mean, holy crap. If I could ever be on MasterChef, and I've applied, I would not be perfect. I would not probably go very far. I don't know. I'm definitely not going to predict how well I do on MasterChef, but I'd give it my all. Like, I don't have culinary training. This is stuff I taught myself, and my mom gave me some tips. And I had to unlearn some bad habits. But you know, I've also learned how to make a lot out of nothing at all because I grew up poor. And having to stretch food is something that I really gotten good at. Anyway, we don't need this anymore, but we need these other two because we have some meats that need chopping up. And they're part cooked. They're not completely cooked, but they're just cooked enough that they will finish cooking when I put them on the pizza. Put the pizza in the oven. Anyway, let's finish. Got some pineapple. And you know, the good thing about pineapple is that I like to drink the juice. So we're going to save the juice for later. Yeah, so we're going to put this aside and I'm going to drink it later off camera. And then we've got some nice tomato sauce. I used to use mushroom sauce or cream of chicken, but then I developed a dairy allergy, so I couldn't do that anymore. And that really sucked. And just so you know, everybody watching, this is lactose-free cheese because I've got a dairy allergy. So anyway, we've got canned mushrooms because that's all I can eat. That's all I've got in the house. And I live on a budget, like many of you watching. So I'm not going to be able to rush to the store just for the sake of a cooking video. What I bought was part of the budget. And obviously we're not going to use all these chicken breasts because we obviously don't have enough space. And we don't obviously have enough space. On the pizza without overloading it, so maybe just a couple of breasts or so. Because the pizza volcano was entertaining, but let's try to make a serious pizza here. So people can learn how to make a serious pizza, and we're not really going to make a serious pizza. If I'm not serious about how I make it. Okay, so we're just gonna do minimal things. Okay, so we're gonna flip this. We're gonna put the rest of the chicken away so I can use it for salads and other things, because I don't like wasting food. Okay, so there's, just gonna let that drain. For a bit, and then we're gonna also get the bacon. There. And right now we've got creamy poppy seed hummus, olives, peppers, cheese, lactose-free cheese, cucumbers, pineapples, canned mushrooms, chicken. Right, it's going to be just a very cool pizza. And I'll see you when the dough's ready. We're going to get going. We're just going to get rid of all this stuff and put it out of the way. We're going to flip the dough. Oh, wonderful about it. Okay. Rolled out. See, the rolling makes it harder, so we're just going to take that out. There we go. Roll it slowly and purposefully. There we go. Now it's doing what I want it to. It takes a minute. And I can't use the rolling pin because it literally will just... It'll just tear the dough, and you've got to be really gentle with this dough. Gentle, 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 gentle. It's tearing the heck out of the dough, and I hate that. But we've just got to keep pushing it. Helps flatten it out. It's going to be a very small pizza. Okay. Here we go. Just smoothing around. There we go. Let's make it even as can be. There we go. Go. There we go. Honestly, there we go. Now we need a spoon for sauce. We need a spoon for sauce. Spread it around. There we go. Now, I'm gonna put peppers on it. I'm gonna put cucumbers as well. It's not perfect, but it's something. Right, so olives next. Spread them evenly. Chicken. I'm gonna do that much chicken. do hamburger. Hamburger next. Mushrooms. Hands are still covered in meat. Mushrooms. Pineapples. And cheese. Cheese always goes on last so it can cook everything. There we go. Okay. And now we're going to put it in the oven. It's been preheated to 350. Actually, no, it's to go up to actually got one more thing to put on. Bacon. Some preheated bacon, some cooked bacon. Just going to be some really nice, yummy food. Yummy! Okay, so we're going to put it in. The oven's preheated. The oven's preheated to 350, so I'll see you when this is done. Okay? Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we got the pizza out of the oven. It is done. It is done. It is done. Shall we take a look at the pizza? Look at that beautiful Independence Day pizza, everyone. Isn't it beautiful? Now, it's got to cool It's gotta cool, so we're not gonna take a taste of it, but I will probably eat some for supper later while I watch Independence Day on DVD. Shall we take another look at it? Isn't that glorious? The episode shall be up. And I'm sorry for the little blip earlier. My camera battery was dying, so I had to run in a hurry to get it recharged. But anyway, this is another wonderful episode of Cooking with Heather. And we'll just go in for another look on that lovely pizza. Look at that beautiful pizza. Anyway. Happy Independence Day, y'all. Look at what you can make on a day as intriguing as today. And this has been another episode of Cooking with Heather. Stay safe, y'all.